Crazy and very true, honestly. What do you think is the purpose of this life? Why have we been created?
It's a question that I'm still trying to answer. But for me, I find at this stage of my life, my purpose is to try to become the greatest version of myself so that I can inspire the people around me
To become the
and
greatest
the
version
people
of
that I
themselves.
come in contact with. And just to be here is the purpose itself. Maybe there is no deeper goal, because let's say you make $1 billion, let's say you become super famous, you can't take it with you.
True.
So why not just be here and enjoy the ride and try to reach your fullest potential on this planet? And maybe you can impact the next generation on their journey as well.
Thanks.
But what else is there? Is it to be famous, make money? I don't think so.
This is the journey. Like you said, be here in the journey. Because the destination, we know it doesn't bring all the happiness. It's about the journey.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you think, dude?
It's about the present moment.
Yeah.
It's all we have.
There is no journey because the past, or how we imagine it to be, or how we conjure it to be, is just imaginary. It's a
Memory.
perception of reality of the past that is skewed by emotions, it's skewed by
True
perceptions. It's not reality.
Mm-hmm.
The future, most people live in what? A dystopian future. Shit's gonna go wrong. I'm gonna go broke. So they live in anxiety. The ones that live in the past live depressed because they're thinking about all the shit that they missed
The ones in the future are anxious.
because they can't control it.
Yeah.
The ones that are right here, right now, understand that there's no timeline. There's like this right now. I could be doing anything in the world right now, but I chose to be here right now because this is what I've chosen to be the most important thing. So what I've come to realize is the most important thing for me is to develop myself. The more I develop, the more I understand, the more data sets I acquire, the better understanding I'm going to have as to how the world works. I'm in no place to give opinions as to this. Bro, I'm here to explore, here to be a student, and here to be taught.
Nice.
That's it. I'm not here to give opinions. I'm not an expert of nothing, brother. And based off of that, you live a free life because you know you're not accountable to anybody except God. So you operate really, really smoothly.
That was very well put, man. And this is the calmness that I'm talking about. Like these thoughts, is this something that was innate in you, or is this something you had to work on to reach this level of peace?
I don't know. Self-development. Just pick up some books. Most people have the language skill of a 6-year-old.
We'll talk about books, but I have one question before that. Actually, you talked about data sets. You talked about recently a lot, and I think a lot of people are still curious about what it is exactly.
So a data set is a download of information, right? So if you live in a system, the world, what is the universal language? The universal language is numbers, right? Math is the language of God. Everything is based off of numbers. And if you understand that, you're going to be in a situation where you don't perceive things for what they're seen as. You perceive them for what they are at its most basic common denominator. So I think data sets are just downloads of information, and you can position yourself in different places to acquire different information. So if you're a video game character and you have experience points, you get to spend them wherever you want, right? And you have skill sets and attributes that you have to develop. Some people develop their strength, stamina, whatever. You get to choose where you're going to allocate those points. So people need to find the skill sets that they want to develop and then go find the data sets that'll give them those skills. We went and spent a week in Switzerland. Completely different environment, dude. Completely different vibe. Completely different, even physical environment gives you different information, gives you different understanding, the culture, how people move. Did you experience that?
Great video, by the way. You guys did a fantastic. If you guys have not watched that video, go check out that video. It's sick. That video should be paid. That video should not be free. It's so much value, so many gems in such a short amount of time. It's really a good video.
Thank you. Yeah, I think the video captured that week pretty well. We were enjoying a new place together with a group of other young, successful men and women. We met people from all different cultures, and we had different types of food, and it was really just a total reset for me. I mean, coming from a city, like I come from Fort Myers, Florida, I didn't even know Switzerland was a place growing up, bro. So to be over there, spending a week out there, it was a good time. And many data sets were downloaded on that trip.
It comes back to like what you said about the environment and stuff. You were telling me on the way here that when you put yourself in these environments, you completely opens your mind to what's out there, broadens your horizons.
You have to. Like, why would you limit yourself to not experiencing something? People live in fear like they have something to lose. Brother, we all end up dead. Like, chill the out. out, bro.
Yeah.
Don't take life so seriously. People out here looking at their bank account. I was talking to one of my friends. He's worth $6 million. Stressed that
Because
he's
he
gonna
wanna make
lose
more
it.
money.
That he's gonna lose it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, then if you're gonna lose it, okay, go spend it. If you're freaking out, just go spend it. Lose it right away.
And if you're constantly living in this fear of I'm
It's
gonna lose it, I'm
insane.
gonna lose it, I'm gonna lose it,
Yeah.
you might lose it.
Exactly. So there's this illusion of how people operate and how people think and how people's mindsets are with regards to everything in life, dude. I don't know. I just think people need to focus on acquiring data sets because it's such a worthy ideal in life.
Isn't
it's
it
such
true?
a fun thing to do.
Isn't it true that if they're consciously doing it or not, people are always acquiring data sets?
For sure.
Whether you're watching these Instagram gossip videos or you're on TikTok or you're watching the new prank video, you're downloading shit to your brain subconsciously.
Your mind will be programmed. The question is who's going to program it? Are you going to program it yourself or are you going to be swayed by the influence of other people? Dude,
Facts.
the news that you watch are owned by people that own companies and push narratives to push their companies. Do you not understand? It's so obvious. So when you understand that there's people behind the message and that the message has what? An intention and a narrative.
Agenda.
Once you discover that, then you realize the bullshit. So if you do not program yourself, then somebody will program you.
Damn. Yeah, true. And like you said in my last podcast with you, it's literally called the news program.
Yeah, it's
Welcome
your
to
regular,
daily
your
TV
daily programming.
Yeah.
People sit there. Gather around, family. Go get the microwave food.
Popcorn.
Nuke it for 2 minutes. All right, bring
TV
the
dinner.
GMO. Let's sit with the plastic utensils. Oh, well, I got cancer now. Oh, nice. Look what ads are showing up on TV.
All the
All-
pills.
Spot brought to you by Pfizer. Brought to you, bro. It's a scam from top
Side
to
effects may
bottom.
include death.
Literally sometimes.
Crazy.
Damn. You mentioned books. Let's talk a bit about books then, because that's
Books are
another
data sets, bro.
big self-improvement.
Yes.
There's a reason why every dark age began with censorship and the destruction of knowledge, because only the educated are free. We live in a society of uneducated individuals, unskilled individuals. Books are important because they give you information. They're not necessary in and of itself, but they're good tools to utilize. And if they're at your disposal, you need to figure out which author writes what book for what reason. There's dudes that write books with nice titles to be bestsellers
To be famous.
with no substance whatsoever.
Just to be an
But
author.
when you understand the essence of the author and you understand the person behind it, now you start picking up books with what? Intention.
Like this book right here. What was the intention behind Meditations by Marcus Aurelius? He didn't want to become New York Times bestseller. He didn't want to sell books.
It was his private journal.
He was writing his thoughts. He was sharing his life. And it comes off as some of the greatest wisdom that we can study today.
We were just talking about it, 100%. It's a book that you've read. You
Yeah, it's a
studied.
book not only that I read, but I returned to.
Nice.
And I think the most powerful books are meant to be returned to.
Right.
It's not, everybody's like, I read 52 books a year, but you don't remember any of the shit you read from the book, and you couldn't even tell me the list of books you read.